Hi.
Hello.
Welcome to the Bitch Amateur Witch Hour.
That's it.
How are you?
That's what we've been called for 7 years. I need you to know something, and I've already talked to you about this a little bit, but I just need you to know that I can't stop thinking about the lighthouse.
Okay, little update for everybody at home. Macy has, in my opinion, finally, I've waited so long for you. You finally seen the lighthouse.
I watched the lighthouse alone while Hunter was on a work trip. So, I mean, like, I turned all the lights off. I got, like, my dinner and gathered...
Wait, pause. What was your dinner?
Not very exciting. But it's delicious. Actually, I don't feel like there's a way to describe this and it sounds as good as it is, but I'm going to do it real quick. Okay.
Sure,
and if you don't knock it until you try some of this shit. Okay. So I fried some sourdough starter as a base flatbread. I just poured that's good no matter what, right?
Sure.
Okay. But I've discovered, actually Hunter discovered, okay, it's in the sardine aisle, but it's not sardines. So there's a brand that makes a whole mackerel fillet in a Mediterranean oil blend that fucking rips. It's so good. And
that sounds like it fucks. Dude.
It does fuck. And it's got the black, it's got olives all in there in it. If you like that, you know,
I do like that.
It's real good. And so
send me a picture of it. I would like
I will.
To
it's
gather
King Oscar. But I forked it all out on that sourdough flatbread, and I had me like a Mediterranean mackerel flatbread taco fish.
Was it salty?
Yeah, man, it was really, really, really delicious. And so I ate that and watched The Lighthouse.
What a on theme kind of meal, you know?
It really felt right. I will say, not because it was boring. I was far from bored, but there were multiple times that I checked how much time was left just because I was like, what is going to happen? Like, how much time could there be left for this?
And also, what is this movie about? And also, at what point did it lose the plot entirely and you realize you were just watching madness?
I loved it. Oh my God. I loved it the weirder it got. Like, as it just kept spiraling, I was just like, I'm so in the what scene. Just, I was like, what is this? I love it. It's so insane.
I know. You know what it is? It's like Hot Rod, but for grown-ups.
But yeah, and like, so I read something interesting about the director, and like, cause somebody was saying like, you know, the funny thing is because it's an artistic movie, people think everything has to have an artistic explanation, like all the farts. So immediately you have this artistically shot movie with William Dafoe just farting up a storm. And like the director was like, no.
Damn you farts.
God damn you farts. It's like the director was like, no, they're just farts. They're funny. That's it. Yeah. Like don't look into it just because it's a fancy kind of artsy movie. No, they're farts.
Yeah, farts are still funny. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Anyway. That's all I have to say about that, but I'm definitely going to watch it again because I just feel like I need to.
It's one of those films that, like, I think it was summed up when you and I were texting back and forth, where you just feel like if someone walks in and you're watching it, you don't know how to explain.
I'm going to pull that up right now because I've thought about that meme multiple times. I just kind of cracked myself up thinking about it. But yeah, you sent me this comment that says, when my mom walked in and I immediately switched to porn because it was easier to explain. And that is so true. Could not be more true.
I'm so glad that you're here. If you are a Lighthouse lover or hater, please pop off.
I liked it. I liked it a lot better than The Witch. I admittedly did not like The Witch that much.
It has been so long since I have seen The Witch.
Yeah. I should try it again. I just remember it ending and I was just like, oh. But this one ended and I was like, what?
I mean, Black Phillip fucks.
Oh, Phillip is the star of the movie. But like, this was one that like it ended and I was kind of hyped. I was like, I don't know what that was, but I need to do it again. It's like a roller coaster.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
You're
all.
Me amped up. I might have to watch.
Treat yourself to the Lighthouse.
You fond of me, lobster. Okay, well, that's it. Welcome to the Lighthouse Podcast now.
Hark!
It's such a specific, like, can you imagine being interested like in this director's work, or like you like these actors, and you take like a friend or a significant other that is not in, like, you don't know what's coming, and you're in the theater or whatever, you're sitting on your couch, and then that's the movie that unfolds for
That's
you,
what
and
it
you're
is.
sitting there loving it,
Yeah.
but you're watching them just like,
That's one of those to where you are the person flicking your eyes about every 3 minutes, like Rustin does. Like, you're doing that because is it landing? Maybe not.
maybe not,
so.
probably not,
But
if
if
it
is,
does,
it's landing. What are you talking about today?
Wow. Listen, I gotta pull Psilomelane.
I don't know the meaning of the word.
No, you don't. And you never will, because I'll never tell you about it.
Episode's over.
You don't even get to talk about yours. What are you talking about?
All right, I'm talking about tree frogs, the little sticky boys, because they're out and about right now. They've been sticking to my windows.
Tree frog.
And we've got the little green boys, and so I mostly talk about them, but just kind of talking about the tree frog family because I think they're really interesting, and I like this time of year when I look and I just see them all stuck to the little windows, just hanging out there.
Just hanging out. I think would you say that the one with the orange eyes and the orange feet is perhaps the most they're the poster child?
That's the one on the U-Haul trailer.
That is the one on the U-Haul trailer.
Mhm.
I love looking at U-Haul trailer.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing they've done with the fun facts that you can learn.
Fun facts. You learn something.
Mhm.
Sometimes they're a little kooky. Like, I feel like there's a Mothman one or something. Like,
You keep it fun.
yeah, keep it fun. Keep it fresh. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. I'm stalling because I'm trying to figure out
I think
who
I
goes
go first.
You do go first because you did moss aquamarine last time.
All right. Okay. Is this it? Okay. Tree frogs. That's what we're going to talk about.
Treebeard.
He's not a tree man. He's like a troll. However,
A hairy, leathery, stretched
Leathery
out
skin.
longman. Yeah.
got some skin on there. He's got some skin in this game.
The actual description of what Treebeard and I guess the Ents look like makes me glad that they didn't do that.
I'm kind of glad they went with the tree people.
I feel like they would gross me out.
Yeah, they sounded a little slick.
Like a wet cigar.
Yeah, a little. Yo, that's really good. That's
It feels accurate though.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
Like,
yeah, it does.
Mm.
Tree frogs.
Yes. Yes, please go.
All right. It's a species in the frog world. Surprise. Sometimes it's spelled space frog. Sometimes it's tree frog. One word.
Like Deadman.
Yeah, and it seems that like Dead Man and Deadman, whatever you want to do, man. It doesn't matter to me none.
I like tree frig. Tree frog.
Tree frig. And so why are they called that? Well, they spend the majority of their life in trees, dude. And this is called an arboreal state. They spend their lives in an arboreal state, meaning they're in a tree haven most of their lives, adult lives. So if they're descending to the ground, it's usually to get it on and spawn, baby.
Hell yeah.
But
so why are they on your windows?
as they come down other times too, sometimes for food
banging?
and shit. But like it, they're also going to come down to have quite the gathering. So not all tree frogs hang out in trees though. So
That's
enjoy that factoid.
Misleading.
So
And I don't like it.
There's cricket frogs, chorus frogs, and spring peepers.
Hold on, Googling.
Spring peeper. They are all in the frog family. However, this family is categorized because
You ever seen a spring peeper?
I've never actually seen. I'm gonna have to look up a spring peeper.
They're so tiny.
See, I'll get into the dimensions here. A lot of these little tree frogs are teeny tiny little baby tinies. And they're little bitty. And
you know what I don't like? How often when you're talking about animals or insects or whatever, and I go to look it up, how often Google just wants to show me their mating process?
it's
how many pictures I have to see.
And frogs are very stoic about it. They're just one behind the other, you know, with their little frog blank faces. So
imagine you see one, his eyes are like
just wall-eyed either direction.
Okay.
They're categorized not by being in trees all the time, but by having a claw-shaped last bone in their toesies. That is the identifying factor here. They're also generally all pretty small, and they have sticky toe pads that help them climb and stick to stuff, like windows. So
what is the sticky stuff? Do they secrete this?
So it was kind of confusing for me. It seems in order to adhere, the adhering process is not that simple. Like I didn't even put it in here because I was like, what? But it's like they've got a bit of adhesion ability, but they also need a surface in which it's got enough like
grab
I don't know, man. It was just kind of like, aren't they just sticky? And I just moved on, and I shouldn't have, but I just didn't have the patience for it this time.
I've just assumed that at least their feet, I don't know about their whole body, but I've assumed that at least their feet,
they are kind of like
those
the slap hands.
Slappy hands.
Yeah. I mean, and they look like it.
Yeah, they look like, especially when they puff out that little throat thing that I'm looking at right now. It looks like that kind of material.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't think that's sticky, but I see what you're going. I see where you're going now. Yeah. Yeah.
You like when you're a kid and you stretch out the sticky hand, you put your tongue on it?
Kids are gross. I did that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. After slapping that thing on every surface in the sun.
Every floor?
Yeah.
On Walmart?
Yeah. And then give it a tonguing. Yeah.
Chew on it a little?
Yeah. Then eventually it gets covered in so much hair it doesn't adhere to anything anymore, and it's lived its life.
Yeah. Well, you got to lick it extra hard then. Get it clean.
Moist. I'm going to tell you how little these guys are.
Please do. They're very tiny.
They're pretty small. So generally, why would they be tiny? Well, they're generally hanging in the air on trees. So you can't be too terribly heavy if you're hanging on little twiggies and stuff like that up in trees. So some can reach up to 4 inches. Them's is the big boys. Generally, they're little teeny tinies. They're way smaller than that. They're going to be in like the inchish range, inch and a half, just little short tinies. So there are 26 to 31 species in North America. Don't ask me. I don't know. And there are around 800 tree frog species globally. Now, we talk a good bit today because it's what I did my notes mostly on the American green tree frog. This little dude, the one that you will likely recognize if they live in your area.
Yep.
They're very notable and cute. They're little cuties.
Oh, yeah.
And so they have become the state amphibian of Louisiana as of 1977 and Georgia as of 2005. So it's double dipped there in the South for
get your
favorite
own thing,
amphibian.
Georgia.
So tree frogs mostly eat insects. There has been plant material noted that they have eaten before, and things like to eat them. Birds, snakes, other predators, and this actually makes them very beneficial in the food chain because they help they're kind of right there in the middle, feeding predators and also eating insects and shit that can get very out of control.
Are these the little goons? It's not what I meant to say. Are these the little gooners that like to jump out in front of my car at night? In mass, when it's that certain time of spring and then all the frogs jump out.
No, those are the little gray dudes that you cannot help but run over sometimes because it's like they are like lemmings and
the floor is made of them.
Yeah,
and you just have to go
wince at it. Yeah, no, every single spring it's Frog City.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if these guys like shat their eggs down and they had to okay. I'll let you just.
It would be really cute if these were them.
Yeah.
But the other ones are cute too. The little tinies, they're cute. But like, I love how frogs and toads are just like little miniature versions
of them. Yeah.
It's cute.
What do they call froglets?
I don't toadlet, I know, was for toad. I didn't look it up for frogs, but that really stayed in my brain. Toadlet. So they breathe or respirate through their skin. Now, they also breathe with their lungs, but they breathe through their skin, which it helps them in the water. And this also makes them very susceptible to pollution, as was talked about in the toad episode, as well as lizards. They have the same, I don't know if lizards like necessarily breathe through their skin, but I remember in talking about the skink episode that like they're super susceptible to poisons, insecticides, garden toxins, things like that you put out. It will kill them. And it will kill them fast and in mass.
And hard and swiftly.
Yeah. It goes right through their skin and they die.
It also makes them really susceptible to those chemicals you put in the water to turn all the friggin' frogs gay.
All the friggin' frogs gay. So, I mean, like, your frogs are a good indicator of the health of an ecosystem. Now, like, if you've got a good, healthy frog population that is, seemingly like it's in balance, they're eating, they're doing their thing, that means that the area can't be that fucked up, because otherwise they would just be dying everywhere from a bunch of poison. Like, it makes me happy when I see them in my garden with lizards and shit, because it's an organic garden, and I'm like, look at y'all being my pest control. Like, doing what you're supposed to do.
Look at nature doing its
doing
thing.
what it's supposed to do. And then I see my praying mantises, and I'm like, I know you're eating my pollinators too, but you're too goddamn cool, and you get to stay. You got that chill factor, and I'm not going to disrupt it.
you are being 50% praying mantis.
Yes.
They feel at home there.
I know they're ripping heads off my big butterflies. I know they're doing it, but I just can't do anything about it.
They're fucking probably devouring these little frogs,
dude.
too.
They're everywhere right now. We've had 2 in our house.
Praying mantis or frog?
Praying mantises. And they're all on the back porch. And Hunter picked one up this was a separate one, because I said he picked up one and wrapped it in a towel and its little black eyes. But he picked one up that was smaller, and it wasn't freaking out, so he just grabbed it with his hands. And he was holding it, and he put his little finger up to its face, and I watched it go bah, 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 bah. Like, he was like
box his little fingers.
It was swatting him with his fingers. Yeah, he was like, they felt like sandpaper. And he asked me if I wanted to feel it, and I said, no, it's okay. And then he put it outside, and I was like, man, I really regret not saying yeah to that. Like, I regretted it all day. It's like, damn it.
You know what? I don't want you to go to your deathbed and not have your finger get boxed.
The next one that comes in, I'm gonna let it sock me a couple times. Yeah, it was so cute. Okay, so
I regretted it.
I really did. Like, all day long, I was like, man, that was a neat experience that I just brushed off, because I was like getting ready for work. I was like, no, it's okay. And then I was like, wait a minute,
fuck. I did want
that. So the process of breathing through their skin is called cutaneous respiration, which makes sense. And so that allows them to absorb oxygen and release carbon dioxide through their skin. And this supplements their lung function when submerged. So it's kind of, how they can just breathe through their skin for a while, which is really neat. So they do often stick to windows. They like to do that. My first one showed up at the last band practice we had, and I was just like, oh, they're here, it's very, and it just had no care for any of us. It was just like, we were up there looking at it, and it was just looking off into the distance, stuck to the window. Like a little scarab beetle.
They're very chill.
Yeah.
They're not giving away much with their
They
face.
are not. They're very wise, kind of wizened. And so why do they do that? Why do they stick to the windows at night? Well, there's some differing opinions on that. Some say it's because it might be a little warmer. Others say it's because they're trying to get a little snack. But the thing is with that makes that a little tricky to just be an easy solution, is these frogs, these green American tree frogs, or American green tree frogs, they seemingly like to pursue their prey and pick their prey by activity level. They want a hunt. So I don't. I couldn't get a straight answer on why they do this. Like, and
I'm gonna rock with the warm thing.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
That's what I choose to believe. Not being a scientist.
Maybe it just feels good to be stuck to the glass.
Listen, you go from a tree that's like all
rough,
coarse, and kind of rough, and then you get some sweet, slick, warm glass.
I mean, they stick so good.
Come on. Yeah. I feel like you would put your little... Maybe they can't get off. Maybe that's why they're there, is they just accidentally got there, and then they're like, well...
I'm going to be here for a while.
I'm stuck too good.
Mm-hmm. I'm just stuck too good. So, tree frogs do have long, sticky tongues, like many of their frog brethren. And
good.
The tongue is... on average, a third of their body length. So that would be a 20-inch tongue for me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Sorry. When things get into perspective of like, relativity, it freaks me out.
Yeah. So that'd be
like, what did we say could jump the length of a blue whale?
Oh, gosh, that was recent. Grasshoppers. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And it was like the mouse episode when you pound for pounded mice to human ability, that it's just like they're so much better than us in every category and capacity.
You better be happy that
they're not our size. Yeah. So so these American green tree frogs are generally insectivores. They want to eat them bugs, flies, mosquitoes, grasshoppers, cockroaches, spiders, beetles, other little small buggies out there, ants, crickets. They're into that. And they're also big singers, as are many tree frogs. You know the sound of them at the nighttime or dusk when they all start really singing, including aptly named chorus frogs, because they do be doing a chorus out there, just screaming, just screaming their little hearts out. It's so cute. I love it. And if you've ever been out in the country in a semi-damp area, you've heard it. Ever been near a creek bed or a pond or anything like that? And they can be heard when they all get going together from 1 to 2 kilometers away.
You ever been to a creek bed?
Dude, so we've got frogs galore here, being in a creek bed, and like certain times a year, they give the cicadas a run for their money. And then with them and the cicadas touch tips, it's like we can have the TV turned up loud and you still hear them coming through the walls.
That's the part of year where I'm like, I'm done.
I love it.
This has been great. I'm out.
It's like a white noise to me. Like which is funny because a lot of noises grate me, but something about, I think it's because I know what they are. They're living noises. I like it.
Is that why you could listen to that tape of people whispering? The dead ghost whispers?
You know what I've learned? I'm very particular on my frequency of noise that I can handle. So I like pink noise.
Okay, so you've narrowed it.
I've narrowed it. Brown noise makes me feel like I'm going to freak out.
See, I love brown noise. That's my
like the moment
noise.
I hear it, I immediately am set on edge. But pink noise is that's what I sleep to. It's a higher pink noise. It's a higher frequency versus the lower
10 hours of pink noise.
Rumble.
Here we go. Oh, I have to skip a CVS commercial first. Hold on. Pink noise.
It's
I get it. It's just, it's high. I like the lower.
The lower for some, which is funny because I usually like that kind of realm of kind of lower, sultrier sound. But for some reason, whatever it is about brown noise, like I'll start like checking behind my back and shit. Like it just makes me feel so on edge. Anyway,
what's your favorite kind of white noise?
What is
Let
it?
us
There's
know.
green noise. There's white noise.
There is
pink
green
noise, brown noise.
Mm-hmm.
Any of them.
Any of them.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's Orange?
There's probably, I don't know.
You know, I'm going to look and see if there's an orange noise while you get caught, while you go now.
What is the distribution of these guys is pretty vast. Central and southeastern United States, these American green tree frogs, they like to live in canopy forests with water sources abundant. Wetlands is a good spot for them. Again, creek beds, riverbeds, lakes. So when they are mating and hibernating, they're full on in the water. When they're mating, they're getting wet. Yeah. So the geographic range for them is pretty big. So from eastern Maryland all the way down to Florida, going as far west as kind of the furthest west of East Texas, if that makes sense. Like, and so they also roll on up North Carolina, South Carolina, you know, so they're
so
like
an East Coast,
half of the country almost.
Remember how cool Maryland was?
I loved Maryland. I loved Maryland.
Yeah.
So when okay, this is cute. Now, when the males got to defend their territory, particularly during breeding season, they will do aggressive little meow, meow sounds, but they will wrestle. They will wrestle each other. And however, the funny thing is that it, like, as a note, it was like they will grapple with each other, but it seldom leads to any injuries. So they're just doing it. Like, it doesn't hurt anybody. Nobody's winning, really.
It looks like a dance, although there is one where hold on, I gotta send this to you. Shut up. Okay.
So, like with many animals, the females are larger than the males, and they like it. They like it when the ladies are bigger because that means she's going to lay more eggs. Probably, she's got more of a presence, a bit more je ne sais quoi, if you will. And so they're that's what they're seeking out. And it's all about them calls. The males are really putting work into their calling.
Is that what they're doing when they're screaming, when they're singing?
It's largely it is a lot of it is for mating. Right. And they breed once a year. However, a female will lay a bunch of different clutches during a single mating season. If you've ever been around a pond or a riverbed or anything during frog mating season, it's a lot.
I love frog spawn.
It's chia seeds that have been in water.
Stick my hands in it.
Yeah, there's a lot. And I love the term. So advertisement calls is what it's called for the males that are screaming and trying to get
cute.
When they're advertising.
Cute.
Trying to get a lady to listen to them. Now,
I think that's what we should recall. Like the first message someone pops off on like a dating site. That's your advertisement.
Advertisement. Yeah. So when
hi, I'm Jared and I'm 5'3". Okay.
That's it's the advertisement.
Yeah.
I have got to talk to you about the special silent frogs.
I'm sorry.
So this is like one of my favorite things. So there are this is an interesting phenomenon that has been witnessed to where, so some male American green tree frogs will not call. They will choose to remain silent. And these are called satellites. They're called satellite frogs. And basically, as I understand this, they will like eavesdrop on all the dudes around them and kind of guesstimate who's got a better call and then situate themselves in the path or adjacent and take that cred.
These are advanced.
Wow. They're outwitting. However, there does seem to be a correlation with hormones. I think it was dopamine. So higher dopamine makes the males want to call more and less makes them not as much. But they, so you have some of the little satellite guys that are quiet and listening and just kind of putting themselves in the right place at the right time.
Was I right in the pathway?
It's like, did you hear that?
Am I closer?
That was me.
Easier for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you hear that singing?
Well, me.
I won't do it again, but
you heard it once. That's all you get for free. So, okay. So basically, however, the singing boys have a lot of competition with each other because the ladies also want to hear something unique. Because listen, I've heard the same song and dance from a billion other frogs. Give me something special, please. And so there is a lot of pressure on these little frogs to try to make a call that it singles them out and makes them special and unique. And that is what turns into the cacophony that we hear that just sounds like one uniform sound. There's a lot going on in there of all these little subtle differences and things like that. But
what would your call be?
I would want it to have a little razzle dazzle. Like if a frog can have vibrato, I would throw some vibrato in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was similar vein. I don't think I'd call it vibrato, but I want to show off my flexy throat.
Yeah.
And give it a little bit of like a whoa.
Yeah. I want to give it to be like, you hear what this throat can do?
Yeah. What that throat do?
Yeah. So
come put your eggs in it. I don't know.
They don't, but
even mean
they could. I don't know what frogs get up to.
They do if they're freaky.
So American green tree frogs are small. They are generally 1 to 1/4 inch to 2.5 inches or 3.2 to 6.4 centimeters in length. They're small. They're like a little matchbox frog at most. So they can range in color. Traditionally, they're green. They're the green frog that you recognize. However, they can be a reddishy brown, which does kind of make them harder to identify, but they're still an American green tree frog. They're just kind of rusty colored. And so they're very slick looking. They've got smooth skin, and it's not like toads that are bumpy. They're just very smooth and slick looking. Looks like skin.
Like a freshly licked sticky hand.
Yeah. But with like pristine. You just got it out of the quarter machine and popped that little bubble, like the little lid off, and pulled it out of the bag.
It's not been stuck on.
No, it has got a world of potential.
Yeah.
Waiting. And they, maybe it seems some like, and certain circumstances, though it's not commonly seen from as I understood it, can maybe kind of like change their color a little bit to background or temperature. But it's not like chameleons or octopuses, like to that level. But it seems like it can maybe shift a little bit depending. So generally, these guys are pretty sedentary. They stay within a localized range and they don't go too far. In regions that have a bit more moisture around all of the time, they'll venture into maybe the woodlands a little bit to forests because they're going to not dry out. But in drier times, they're going to stay close to where the damp is, whether it's, in the lake or the mostly dry creek bed that's still got some mud in it. That's where they're going to be. So they, again, will wrestle. And I have to mention that twice because it's like, it's not only in mating, but if they've got a nice little sweet spot that they're a big fan of, that's got that good water source, it's got that good wet, they will grapple for it. And nobody leaves. The picture I sent you? Nobody gets hurt.
Nothing happens.
Nothing really comes out of it. Let me look.
But oh boy, does it look like somebody's coming in with a steel chair.
Come here. Oh man, that's like a whole body flip.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Look at him go.
Look at him.
I love
so
them.
Muscly.
That's a lot of muscle. The frogs
legs.
are yoked.
Yeah, look at
again, be grateful they're not our size.
Dude, somebody walks in your house and does that to you?
You're done.
Fuck off. Yeah, you can have my house.
And so let's talk about the metaphysical. And now a lot of these are this very similar to the Toad episode. But, you know, we get some differences here. But a big similarity is transformation because of their metamorphosis lifestyle cycle. They completely change their bodies. Like, it's not like, you know, they're like a little baby snake that sheds and grows bigger. Like, they are a slimy worm with a flagella, and then they sprout out legs and grow a frog body. So they have a full like transformation. So they are symbolic of that, of change. And a reminder that we will change over the course of our life. We will have life cycles. We will have times of metamorphosis. And that's just part of living. So with the tree frogs and their little grippy grippies, they can be a good energy for getting a handle on things. Literally. Like when you're just kind of feeling like maybe you've been skirting a little bit, or that you just kind of got, you just kind of feel like you need to sit down and tighten up everything a little bit. Like this could be a good thing to channel. Is kind of like you're grasping it all. You're getting all of your loose ends together, and in your sticky little frog hands, you're holding them close.
Throwing that little sticky frog handle around.
Exactly.
Gathered.
You're catching them, or your little sticky frog tongue, and you're bringing it all in, you know, to just kind of consolidate everything to a place that feels a bit more manageable. Because like a lot of the time, at least for me, speaking for myself, like I generally do have a handful of balls in the air. Generally, I can handle them all, but like I will lose track of them sometimes because like you've just been in this direction for a little while, or this, and then you start feeling like you're treading water until, at least for me, like I'll sit down and kind of put it all together and be like, oh yeah,
balls.
This is okay. Like I just needed to kind of re-bring this back to a centered routine place.
It's that thing I say when I freak out. I try to remind myself, like, everything feels bigger when it's like in your head. When you sit down, you can maybe write it
Putting
out,
it on paper for
whatever
me helps.
Is monumental, because it's like you're left with this list of things, whether it's like a to-do list or just a list of things that bug you, and you're looking at it and you're like, that is so much shorter than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're like, this is manageable.
Yeah. And so it's just kind of like that, just getting your eyes on it, getting a grip on it, and just kind of bringing everything in. So they are tied to elevation of self and spirit. They climb up into the trees. They're literally higher, looking down on the other regular frogs, those losers down there. So like
Nerds.
They are high climbing, far seeing, you know, they're elevated. So they have that kind of spiritual tie of elevating self and mind.
They're so high.
High above me.
High above me.
It's true.
They're so lovely.
They're so lovely. And they are tied to wisdom, which I get because they look it. They just look like they know something that I don't know.
Exactly. They do look like they're just kind of like,
it's kind of smug.
Even when they're doing it, there's no change of facial expression.
They're aware and unsurprised.
Yeah. A little bored, you know, just like, I know
what this is. So they are very vocal.
I know what this is.
They're outspoken. They're loud. They're singing. They're using their throats. So very tied to speech, to communication, expression. We've got little males making customized calls, you know, things like that. So like there is big ties to expression there of using the voice, tied to the water element. Not a big surprise. They got to have it or they die. They are amphibians. They also are tied to rain. And that makes sense. You ever had a big rainy spell and then a frog boom? There they are. They come out of nowhere. They just appear like wasps the first warm day after winter. There they are. Full grown.
Yeah. It's a lot less distressing.
It is.
Though.
But they do.
Than the wasp.
Every year,
parade.
Man. They just are there. Where did you come from? Where have you been hiding?
Logs.
Logs.
I don't know, man.
behind my fucking shutters.
Yeah. That's all. Just fucking full of wasps.
And then Hunter has to go on his yearly Rambo spell of just going for it, man.
I imagine he's not even, like, in my head, he doesn't even have, like, bug killer. It's just, like, that big Rambo knife.
He might as well have 2 holsters of spray. And it's just out there, just, like, flipping them around. Like, it's so bad. And
getting him with his hat every once in a while.
Have you seen him do that? He gets him with his hat all the time.
It's a skill.
Like, he goes for it. And like I'm like, man, I don't know. But like if we sleep the first week of spring on wasps, we will never catch up.
It'll be over.
It's like actually dangerous. It's like there has to be a spring culling. Otherwise we're gonna die.
Yeah. Especially you.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't want another troll foot.
Yeah.
It really sucks.
If you took like 5 stings to like one side of your body.
When I was like 7, I got stung by 6 yellow jackets in my face.
Was that the baseball?
Yeah, it was that. Which luckily yellow jackets are the least bad for me. Which is good because they swarm. But I don't really hardly react to them at all.
Have you ever seen the Macaulay Culkin movie? I know you love him. Movie My Girl.
I actually don't think so.
Okay, never mind.
Isn't that the really sad one? Is that the like where are his glasses one? Yeah, I've seen that meme a lot, but I've never actually seen the movie. Yeah. They're tied to fertility. You ever seen a pond taken over by spawn and tadpoles?
So gooey.
Like, it's so many. And like
they look like boba.
They do look like boba. They look like boba a lot. And when the tadpoles are all in there, there's so many. There's so many tadpoles. It's crazy.
Did you ever see that dude on TikTok who was like, I'm gonna make a frog army, and they were like collecting all the spawn that they could from like they were bringing it back to their little pond that they made in their backyard, and then come spring it was just the most.
That seems like a terrible idea.
I think they got in trouble.
I bet they did.
Pretty big.
That could just nuke an ecosystem.
Yeah. And they just put it all on TikTok.
Great. Yeah, really documented their crimes.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good job. They're tied to purification and renewal, especially with their ties to water and especially with their need for
speed,
cleanliness, for, things to be pure and clear and clean. So they have that kind of purity element. They can't hang in the toxins. They just can't, they can't do it. And so this could be like an interesting perspective to adopt when you're cleansing your house, like energetically, to where it kind of like really think about the miasma or even the presences or the things, the people that have maybe been there lately and you need to clean up after that, like it just kind of being like, all right, if I'm this frog and I am harmed by this external energy, what's going to bother me? And then kind of like take that perspective. You might think of new things to kind of focus on as you clean, or, by clean, I mean like cleanse, Sure. But to kind of, or different sources of it, like, maybe something can come through this doorway, or, like little channels, pathways, things like that. Just kind of thinking like, all right, if my little frog skin is going to get sickened by the miasma, the energy flow or whatever, what can I do about that? And just adopting the perspective of the frog as you do energy cleansing.
Skin.
Yeah. They have ties to luck, but also not luck, depending on the culture. So
love it when that happens.
There's a bit of a gamut that is run there. And lastly, they are tied to the moon, which makes a lot of sense. They are active at dusk and at nighttime and tied to the water big time. So you do moon stuff. nighttime stuff. They are kind of nighttime guys. They're good for that. But anyway, that's the frog.
Everybody knows the moon is just one single frog spawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. It's going to have a tadpole in it one day. And it'll be real scary for all of us. I'm going to talk to you now. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Great. I got to get these pictures of these frogs out of the way first. Fucking slamming chokeholding each other
They're
or whatever.
really wrestling.
And I'm going to bring your face up as well. Also, sometimes when you have a topic, I just look for a funny picture to put on Facebook with no explanation. And this one really delivered. There were some good options with the frogs, so enjoy that. All right. Psilomelane. 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 P as in Peter.
Huh.
S
That'd be a long
as
one.
in, yeah. Also known as Crown of Silver.
Okay, that's
Merlinite.
Nice. Ooh.
And it is sometimes missold as black hematite.
Okay.
So there you go. It is in the manganese oxide family of stones. And it's got a...
I've been thinking this entire time it was going to be a plant. It's not.
Psilomelane.
Mm-hmm.
It can be shined up to be real mirror-like. Real, look at yourself! And that's kind of the vibe that we get later in the metaphys. However, until then, this is tied to Saturn for its association with lesson and structure, and also Pluto for transformation and rebirth. So I think you can see where we're going with this. The zodiac, Sagittarius.
No good.
For the truth and the self-mastery that lies within. Do you remember that song we listened to when we put that picture up of Russ? It was the Sagittarius is...
Oh, yeah.
What? I don't even remember.
I like these ones that look like bubbly lava.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got the grape kind of druzy appearance, but it also has the malachite. You know how malachite is blobby sometimes? It's like a mix of those. So Psilomelane, whatever I said, let me actually see how to... Psilomelane. It's not a single mineral. It's one of those. It's kind of a name for a group of very similar glossy manganese oxides rich in barium and potassium.
Okay.
I forget the one that we did that was like this semi-recently, but it was it's not really its own thing.
Yeah,
it's more a group. Don't worry about it. Let's see. If you drop this into hydrochloric acid, it will fizz out chlorine gas.
Dangerous.
So don't do a vinegar spritz or something on it because it could be not good. It grows as that grape-like mass that you talked about. It's got an oily to metallic shine. It's a 5 to 6 on the Mohs hard. And let's see, I did have somewhere the cleavage is smooth to uneven.
Hey, man, that's all right.
Mm-mm. So, like I said, it is not hematite. It is not iron oxide. Despite these kind of old nicknames it was given, this is purely a manganese. It develops sort of like a weathering product of other manganese materials. So where you find other types of manganeses and they kind of get wet and drippy and grody and deteriorate and whatever else over time, whenever they kind of drop down and then solidifies, that's what makes this.
Nice scoop.
So it's a nice mix of cast off.
It's a secret sauce.
It's a secret sauce. And it also creates, like, in its dripping, it creates these oxidized zones of like veins where they find it. They find like veins of like this manganese that runs along the wall, which I think looks, sounds pretty cool. It does often hang out with, or its parents, if you will, pyrolusite, hematite, and goethite.
Which
makes me happy because I thought of goth, but now that's all I'll think of is yeah. What happened to Gautier?
I don't know.
They die?
I don't think they died. Yeah.
Classically, you are going to find the largest place of the world that these come from Cornwall in the UK, Vermont and Virginia in the US, parts of Mexico, Germany, India, and Brazil. And there is also museum grade specimens that come out of particularly old iron mines in the Midwest of the US of A. And this is one of those that does have an industrial side to it. So manganese ores kind of in general are important to refine things and to strengthen things. So strengthening steel. So tools, prison bars, rail cars, shit like that. It can also improve aluminum's corrosion resistance. It powers alkaline batteries. It can color glass and even treat soil. So it's sort of a fortifier to things that might break without its help. It's coming in to be like, you know what? Let's strengthen you up. We're not fixing you, but we're preventing a break in the future. Jewelry artists like big old cabs of this because it's inky black, sometimes even silver, like bands.
Yeah, it's
kind of not actual silver, but
cabs.
Silvery. Yeah. That kind of run through it, and they just look volcanic and moody and kind of, it looks good. Somebody, let's see who said it. I have here. No, I don't know who, but somebody. It has been nicknamed Nature's Ink.
Oh. That's cool.
And so, be careful with it. It doesn't like certain chemicals. Clean it with a soft cloth. Don't use the ultrasonic. Don't use heat, harsh chemicals. A mild soap and a soft cloth will do the trick. So into the metaphys, mirror work and looking at yourself, all big vibes with this. So this is a truth stone, which I feel like we have seen.
There's a lot of those stones of truth, just like how there's a lot of gamblers' stones.
I'm trying to remember what the very first gambler stone we ever talked about was, because it was like, this is the gambler stone. Holy shit! And we didn't know that.
We didn't know that.
We didn't know. Yeah. It was a whole gang of them. So this is a truth stone. It's a very patient mirror that not only shows you like, oh, it's reflecting myself, but it shows us kind of what we have been avoiding, but does so with kindness. It doesn't kick the door down and look at this freak. It'll just be like, hey, you thought freak, fuck. It can draw up feelings that we have buried so that you can then process them, name them, eventually compost them, if you will. And it can be helpful through perhaps particularly rough times in our life, or if we're going through therapy, or just, doing some journaling that we might want to get our little feelings out, get some of that grody buried shit up on paper, make it feel better. Let's see. Shut the fuck up. It can reflect manipulation sent your way. It can reflect psychic gunk or projections at you. Really good for people who soak things up. We're talking the empaths. We're talking about healers that happen to, kind of suck up some of that energy through the process. We're talking sometimes, when you are reading for someone, whether it be tarot or whatever else, you can kind of take on a little bit of that story. So this is a good stone to sort of be the mirror to keep that kind of stuff away. We do have themes of death and rebirth in this stone. So particularly good for grief, not keeping away grief, but helping to deal with it in a kind way, and a way that kind of avoids burying that grief deep down and letting it become something perhaps darker, letting it become fertile ground for like other issues in your life. Also smaller things than like straight up death, but like maybe breakups, the end of certain, if you leave a job, or if you are burnt out and you're trying to have burnout recovery, stuff like that. This stone will help to clear the mental fog and help with pattern recognition, apparently, which can be helpful in shadow work and kind of that question of like, why do I keep making the same mistakes? It'll help you kind of be like, oh, I see the pattern there. That's why. There is a good tie to dream work as well. So you can use this stone once it has been polished. Like I said, it makes this very, very shiny black mirror that can be used to scry. You can meditate with this stone, kind of do that thing. I forget the actual term for it, but you know that thing when you look at a mirror and that like almost hallucination thing starts to happen where your face turns into like all other different. Have you ever done that?
I don't remember
like as a kid?
what that's called. And I've just done it during mirror gazing, and shit can get real weird.
Shit can get weird. And it can get real weird with this as well. This is one of the better ones to do this with because it wants that direct line into your psyche, and it wants to kind of help you pull this shit out. Particularly powerful to use the stone under new moons and waning moons. If you have frazzled nerves, again, that emotional burnout, this stone can help kind of block out any more of that coming in and help you to at least lay down that groundwork of healing. Mm-hmm. It can be an energetic detox if you're feeling like you need some of that. If you're feeling like you need to balance a lot of your energies, perhaps there's this imbalance of like projecting that you're okay and looking very okay on the surface, but like you're an absolute mess inside. You got to balance that seesaw out a little bit. And it also helps you to be self-evaluative without being harsh on yourself, which is helpful because I feel like a lot of times when you look inwards at stuff, it can come hand in hand with this like, I'm a stupid bitch, why did I do that? And it'll help you kind of to not do that. Let's see. Keep this near your creative outlets. We're talking your sketchbooks, your painting supplies, your microphone if you're a singer and or podcaster, and this will help to birth ideas, bring ideas to the surface, perhaps ones that you've got like really buried deep down in there. And of course, throw this one into the big bag that you keep under your bed that will help with dream work. Apparently, this is a stone that if you ask it a question before bed, I don't know, what should I have for breakfast? And then you go to sleep, wake up, and when you wake up, jot down like the first 3 things that come to your head. They could be phrases or pictures or whatever, and you can interpret it later. But it's like a little, it's said to like influence your very first thoughts of the day, like to answer that little question that you put out there, which I think is fun.
It's fun. Like, why not?
I'm trying to think of a question you would ask. Just like, what should I do about this job opportunity or whatever, and then you go to bed. You wake up and you don't even remember writing it down, but when you kind of come to out of your sleepy stupor, you see that you've written down like cinnamon buns.
See, like, I wish that I had more of a like come to period.
You open your eyes.
My eyes snap open and I'm up. Yeah. But I feel like I miss out on some fun in that process because like there is no in between for me. It's like ping, okay, full function. Yeah. Let's go.
There is a long in-between period for me. Generally, that's when I'm sending you the sleep texts.
Yes.
That later I'm like...
See, I don't sleep text. What? Because I don't have that period. I'm awake and I go to bed. Or I'm in bed and I wake up.
Great.
There's no in-between.
Listen, that's the way, though. That is the way.
I don't know. The occasional cringy sleep text I think would be good for me.
I'm so glad, at least I don't think so. I'm so glad that my sleep texts, while cringy for other reasons, they don't ever make sense.
No, they never make sense.
They're not like,
and I feel like they usually come to me.
there's I do it to you. I know I've done it to Mom in the past. And just generally people I write throughout
but
the
they're
day.
nonsense.
It's like a muscle memory thing. Yeah. But I'm so glad it's never been like a profession of love to like somebody that I met, like once or something. But like I'm very lucky in that way. Let's see. So I guess that's it. I do have some eye identification helpers because this is sometimes sold as something that it's not, like the hematite. So to help you identify if this stone is what you think it is, it often feels a lot heavier than it looks. It has a metallic sheen versus a glassy sheen that you would get with more like a hematite. Look for the banded appearance, the banded silver that kind of goes through it. The streaks that run through it should also be, if they're darker streaks, should be brown-black, not red, like reddish, like in hematite. And do not acid test this stone to find out, or if you think it's this stone, because it can have some weird reactions and make some, that's the recipe to mustard gas.
Don't breathe in mustard gas if you can help it.
Yeah. One little last funny bit I had, that it got its name in 1758 for the Greek word for bald, and that's just funny to me
because it looks like little lumpies,
little bald heads.
Okay,
yeah, and I love
that's
that.
enough for me.
Yeah.
All right,
there you go. That is Psilomelane.
I'm gonna never remember it the moment this episode ends.
Like a corn, like a grain silo.
And then Malane.
Malane, like something I will forget.
Yeah. Malane.
Yeah, like John Mulaney.
Yeah.
Cunt. All right, we love you guys. Keep in mind, we have our big special spooky Halloween spooky
I'm already
sweating
about it.
It's gonna be 2 days before Halloween on the 28th. That's in not this next week, but the one after. If you want to have the possibility of having your spooky story in that episode, send it in.
We've been sent so many, and I'm really wanting to just like cash in a bunch. Like a ridiculous span of time.
Keep sending us these stories, because it's the Halloween episode.
It's the big
thing. We're going to have our own topics that we bring you. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I want to get it right.
I know, and I'm starting to get a little nervous about it, because like I'm in the same boat and I want to get it right, but at the same time, today's the 14th,
fucking freaky,
and I got to move my ass.
Yeah. We'll be fine. There's tons of time. We'll be fine. I do want it to be really legitimately freaky and scary, though.
It's hard.
Hey, if you're listening to this, and you maybe have something that you'd like talked about. If you know something really niche and spooky and unexplained, or like high strangeness, or I don't care, maybe send us a line.
Yeah.
Anyway, our email address is wbahpodcast@gmail.com. Please put spooky somewhere in the title so we will, it stands out. And that being said, join us over on Patreon. We're doing Midnight Mass.
God, are we ever doing Midnight Mass, man?
I'm doing Midnight Mass.
I'm looking forward to, I like watching one episode a week. This has been fun to really like prepare for it and get ready for it.
And we're about to hit that halfway mark.
Yeah, we are.
Like this Saturday. So, and that is available for individual purchase or available to the Patreons themselves. So check it out, patreon.com/WBHpodcast. All that info is down below. What else do we tell the people?
To everybody, y'all have fun at the Purpose. That's this weekend. Yes. Y'all have a good time. If you haven't got your tickets, get them. If you're pussyfooting around, go.
I thought you were going to be so much ruder.
You're a pussy. But y'all have fun. I'm Jelly. I want to hear
Post your pictures
about the new space.
Yeah.
Y'all have the best time. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it so much.
Eat snacks.
Yeah.
Give Grandpa the finger.
Oh yeah.
From me.
Yeah.
And Macy, if you want to sign up your name on that, I just didn't want to speak for you. But
one for each of you. You know.
And Grandpa, every time you see that, know who it's coming from.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
You'll have a good time.
Yay.
That's all I have to say
That's
about
all I got.
that.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say about
I'm going to go eat Brenner.
That's Forrest Gump,
It is
right?
Forrest Gump. Yeah. Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night.